Of Euclid until the Muslim Empire, they didn't understand mathematics, they didn't understand geometry, they didn't understand physics, they didn't understand astrology without the Muslim influence in Europe in the Middle Ages. The Western civilization took a step backwards when the Muslims were thrown out of Spain in 1492.
What is your background? Are you Jew?
Yes.
Do you mind, as a Jewish, do you know historically that the Jewish that being saved by the Muslims in Spain? Do you have...
That is then. That is not necessarily now. For reasons that we best know.
Is that because most of the people they don't know that about this? Could you tell us a bit about it?
Well, because they don't learn history.
What happened exactly?
And they don't bloody well read. I'm sorry to use the language. They should read and know. The tourists go to Spain. Do they look at Seville? Do they look at the Alhambra? Do they not see the effect on Spanish architecture of the Muslim architects? Southern France is the same thing.
So basically the Jewish that time they survived, which we know today, through the Muslim umbrella.
And we started to have a hard time in Europe when the Muslim Empire retreated.
Most of the people they don't know, that's why we're going to put this in
the Europeans don't know
it. That's right.
You know why?
Could you tell us why?
They don't want to know it.
That's the reason of it? Or maybe because of the history has been hidden of them.
Do you know there were Muslim members of the UK Parliament at the time of Queen Victoria and Edward VII? They sat over here as free people. A lot of people don't know that either. You look up about Maimonides. He was the leading civil servant of the caliphs in Spain. He was one of those strange fellows who was a polymath.
Okay.
He was a mathematician, he was a doctor, he was a poet, he was an astrologer. You often wondered why he had time to sleep.
Sorry, you have a lot of knowledge. Do you mind to ask you, how old are you if you don't mind?
I'm old enough to be your grandfather.
I can tell you have a lot of historical knowledge, that's which is most
I'm
of the...
76 and a half.
I see. And they ask you, do you have a Quran at home? Do you have a copy of
I have a Quran at home.
That's good. So...
I can't read it in Arabic for obvious reasons. I have to read it in English.
So do you have the English version or you
Yes, I have the English version.
Good. So you advise people to look to the Quran as well?
And I read it. I read everything.
That's good. Happy to meet you, sir.
Happy to meet you too.
We appreciate your time.
Yeah. And am I now a film star?
Yeah.
Am I?
Yeah.
How do you regard Islam in the Muslim world nowadays? It's been very negatively stereotyped.
Well, look, I'm actually, interestingly enough, as an Orthodox Jew, a great champion of Islam. The fact is that the Jewish community has a real debt to the Islamic community, because when we were kicked out of Catholic Spain in 1492, when we were kicked out of Catholic Portugal, I think in 1503, it was the Muslims who took the Jews in. That's why there are Jewish communities in the Islamic world till this very day. The Islamic community, the Jewish community of Istanbul dates from then. It was specifically countries not beyond the Ottoman Empire where Jews were tolerated and they were welcomed in. And they paid a jizya, there was a poll tax they paid, but they were never persecuted, and there wasn't a Holocaust in the Islamic world. The fact is that Jews and Muslims have so much in common. Very often I meet Muslims here in the United States, and my first expression to them is one of sympathy. I honor you for celebrating your faith.